everyone, how's it going? Welcome back. So let's talk about Daryl Dixon Season 3, and I also want to give some predictions on the Comic-Con trailer, because we're about to see the Comic-Con trailer in about 3 weeks. We'll get some more details, obviously, in a couple of days as to like when the release time and the panel and all that will be, but I want to give some predictions on the Comic-Con trailer and actually go into what I think they'll actually show, and then I want to talk about Season 3 as well, because they're about to start filming here. So make sure to be a subscriber if you want to get all of my Walking Dead content like this. I'm going to be focusing on some more episode reviews, so stay tuned for that. I'm going to start watching episode 13 and then post my review for episode 13 most likely tomorrow. And my plan is to get all of season 5 done before Comic-Con. I think that would be really smart, because if I can do that, even some of season 6 if I'm able to, because yeah, that would just really help a lot. But I could always do it afterwards, but it depends, because after Comic-Con there's going to be a lot of promotion for Daryl Dixon, so I'm going to have to cover all that news, and yeah, we'll see how all that goes there. But Norman Reedus is actually in Madrid right now, and I believe it's because they're about to start filming Daryl Dixon Season 3. The rumors before were that, it was going to start filming in June, and obviously things are going to change here and there. And I actually remember with The Ones Who Live, I believe that The Ones Who Live was supposed to start filming in January of 2023, but ended up getting pushed off until like February or something like that. Just because, I'm not entirely sure why. Maybe it's just like budget reasons or whatever. It's a lot of like, production stuff and whatnot that sort of pushes off some of the start times for filming. And so it looks like season 3 is about to start filming right away. And I'm excited because they're filming in Spain, Madrid, Spain. And what I will say is this is going to be really interesting here in the next couple of days. Like they could start filming tomorrow, the day after, maybe they start filming on Monday. The reason why I say it's going to get really interesting is because of the spoilers. Now, I'm not going to cover any of it, obviously, unless there's something related to like an announcement and there's articles written about it, and it's more out there, right? Like I remember, a couple of years ago, or maybe it was last year, but they were filming Daryl Dixon Season 1. Melissa McBride was actually on set. I mean, yes, technically we haven't even seen those scenes yet, which is kind of hilarious. Like Carol and Daryl were together in Friends, and we still haven't even seen those scenes yet, but it's coming here obviously in season 2. And Jeffrey Dean Morgan sort of like he shared that and said congrats, this and that, or I can't remember exactly what he said, but in a situation like that, I was like, all right, well, I'll talk about it, because he kind of confirmed it, like Jeffrey Dean Morgan shared it and all that, so that's why I talked about it. But it's gonna be interesting because there's a lot of characters that if they don't show up here in terms of filming, like we're all going to be like, oh, they're so dead, right? Like they're dying in season 2. Like there's Isabel, there's Caudron or Caudron. I don't know how to say his name. I think it's Caudron, or I know I'm supposed to say it more in a French accent, but yeah. And obviously there's Laurent, Sylvie, Madame Genet. Like if some of these characters don't show up in season 3 here for filming, we're all going to assume that they're probably dead, right? And I feel like out of all of those characters, like, yes, you could kill off some of the characters. And again, I think with these spinoffs, what they really want to focus on doing is keeping things feeling fresh and very exciting, and making it like really like every season worth watching, every season really amazing, and just like constantly have newer characters, newer exciting characters and all of that. And so that's, it makes me kind of wonder if Madame Genet is gonna be the one that actually dies here in this season, because it depends on what they want to do with the Varian Walker stuff. And that's my thing for season 3 is Varian Walkers are exciting. And so if you end the Varian Walker storyline in season 2, what do you do for season 3 afterwards, right? Like, you kind of have to top that. Like, yes, you don't want to make it always about that, but I feel like you want to do something similar because people really like that. Unless that's just me, I don't know. Like maybe I'm just speaking from my own sort of perspective, which obviously I guess I am, but I really like the Varian Walker storyline. Like it's so exciting, and I'm such a huge fan of it. But it's possible that a lot of people don't really care about it too much. But I'm interested in seeing, what going to Madrid and in Spain and whatnot, just how that changes the story here. They're very close together. Daryl was actually near Spain in season 1, so I don't know if it actually means ending any sort of storyline, because it's possible that what this more teases is that the nest is actually going to be probably destroyed, overrun, maybe by Varian Walkers or whatever, and they're all forced to leave, and so they're getting away from Madame Genet and going to Spain, right? The point is, we're about to see a lot of stuff this month, and it's so insane because season 2 is not coming out for another 2 months, right? And they're about to start filming season 3, and we're going to be seeing stuff on there from season 3. Now, I don't go and look up any of the spoilers and all that for this. Like, sometimes I'll see a set photo, I'll see things here and there, and it's kind of interesting. I don't mind seeing certain things things with filming and all that, but if there's like a character death scene and all of that, then yeah, I really try to avoid all of that. But just like, you know, certain characters being in certain locations and filming and all that, it's kind of cool to see, you know, because I miss the show. You know, I wish I could just watch the show right now. But so yeah, Daryl Dixon season 3 is about to start filming. I'm so excited for that. I again, it's crazy, but these last 3 months have just been so quiet. Like, there's been news here and there, and actually in the last like 2-3 weeks there's been a lot more news, but it's been so quiet, and it's because there's no shows filming. There's not a lot to talk about. I mean, I guess Dead City is filming, but honestly, in terms of that, things have been much more quieter. And I will say it actually looks like Dead City could be actually getting 8 episodes. So that's actually really awesome, because I believe they're filming episode 7 right now. So, but let's talk about the Comic-Con trailer. I really want to give some predictions here on this trailer, because we're obviously going to see it in like 3 weeks from now. And this is like a tradition that we all have every single year. We talk about, you know, the Walking Dead trailer being shown at Comic-Con. And the first thing that I think we're going to see, and I think it's going to be a big, you know, theme of this trailer, is the focus on Carol. And I think she's going to be trying to get to France, obviously. We're not going to see any footage of Carol and Daryl together. I don't think they're going to give us that. I think we'll see Daryl with the other characters, and we'll see Carol. I don't remember what the character's name is, but he's a newer character. I think we'll see Carol with him quite a bit and trying to get to France. And we'll see some of the storyline there. I think we're going to learn a lot more of you know, Carol's perspective on, like, you know, I guess why she's going to France, why she's trying to find Daryl. Like, we know obviously like she just wants to keep Daryl safe and whatnot, right? But there might be more like, oh, Rick showed up, so I have to go and find Daryl kind of thing, right? Because she originally called him on the walkie-talkie. So I think that's the reason why, like, you originally reached out and you were about to say something, and so what is that, right? We could see a little bit of that, a hint of that anyways in the trailer. Madame Janae's next move, I think, is going to be something that we see quite a bit, because she's going to want, you know, payback for what happened in the finale, because, you know, everyone kind of won. Daryl won, you know, their whole group just, they got out of there, they killed those variant walkers, and Laurent is now at the nest. You know, they achieved their mission. So Madame Janae is going to want, you know, to get back at Daryl and everyone else for that. So I think we're going to see some of that. We might see some of how Laurent plays, you know, into the story, because the whole thing with him is it's sort of like a political movement, right? Like he's this person that can really get a massive following from a lot of people in France, and Madame Janae, you know, doesn't like that. So how is she going to deal with that now that Laurent is at the nest? Because him being there, you know, what does that do? And there's also the whole thing with the nest as well. Like, there's people at the nest that might not actually be good. And because if you think about season 1, going into that season, the focus was like, this is Daryl in France, and this is going to be his whole new journey. And that was really what the trailer was. We saw some really cool stuff, and we kind of got a little bit more of a tease at what the story was. You know, we learned some stuff about Isabel, and there was some stuff there, but like a lot of the focus was like, this is Daryl's new journey. Like, this is the next part of his story. But now we're in that story. And so to see more from it, especially like Isabel too, like, what's her story going to be now? Because she brought Laurent to the nest. Like, he's safe here. Like, does her story end here? Like, obviously not. They're going to continue it. And I have so much faith in where the story is going now because of the showrunner of this show. Like, I really feel like if this was older Walking Dead stuff, that's where, you know, in terms of giving predictions for some of this stuff, usually a lot of my predictions would end up being right or somewhat right, because you can kind of see where they're going to go with the characters. Like, oh, the character's just going to do this and that. And it made it so easy to predict season to season, not necessarily like a final scene or like, you know, if a character's going to die or not, but you can sort of predict what their story's overall going to be. And I feel like with this show here, they introduce new ideas all the time, and characters get new stories and all of that a lot, that it's just kind of exciting to see what season 2 is going to bring for characters like Isabel, especially, right? Like, I'm really interested in seeing what she does here next in season 2. Daryl as well, I think that's going to be a focus in the trailer. It's just like, what is he thinking now? Like, he decided to stay in France, so he's going back to the nest. And I can just see a bunch of scenes sort of cut together of him going back there. Maybe there's some drama, this and that, you know, just some narration from Daryl on, like, I don't know, just some sort of story or just something of what's happening next, right? Madame Janae, like, we saw some of those scenes. They are trying to, you know, still, I guess, prevent her from getting close to the nest and all of that. So there's going to be some new stories there that obviously will be introduced here in the trailer. That's what's so exciting about the trailer, is it's going to show us so much more from this season. We'll have a lot more to talk about, because if you remember before the trailer trailer for season 1, we didn't really know what to talk about for Daryl Dixon season 1. It was just like, well, Daryl's going to be in France. He's probably trying to find Rick. And it was really just a lot of that. And then we saw the trailer and it was like, oh, okay, so this is what it's going to be like. This is that place. This is where he's going to meet all these characters. And then everything just kind of made a lot more sense, right? So I'm excited for this trailer. I really am. I think also we're probably going to get like a variant Walker shot, because they have to have a shot like that in the trailer, right? That just gets everyone talking. That happens in like every trailer. Dead City had the Walker King. Daryl Dixon, I don't remember if they had the variant Walker. Actually, I think they might have. Yeah, I think they had that variant Walker at the very end, which obviously everyone just talked about that. It was so exciting. That trailer looked so good. And I think they'll do the same thing here for Daryl Dixon season 2. There's going to be something in the trailer that, you know, it ends in a way where we're like, wow, okay, I was not expecting that. This show looks amazing. In terms of flashback footage and anything like that, I don't think we're going to get any of that. And yeah, I just think roughly what I said is probably what to expect. There's going to be some new stuff. There's going to be unexpected things that happens every single year in every trailer. There's always unexpected shots that were like, whoa, what's that? Wait, what is that? Right? And I mean, I guess it's sort of that's the fun part about all of this, right? It's just trying to predict all this stuff. And I would really like to know your guys' predictions, because that's the one thing that I really do like reading. I like reading everyone else's predictions on what they think is going to happen and all that. Like, honestly, it's a lot of fun to read all of that. And I was thinking of doing, like, I should probably do it, but it's been some time since The Ones Who Live ended, and we actually had a lot of you guys do or write some custom finale storylines, or how you would fix the finale, because obviously a lot of people didn't like the finale, and so that was on the Discord, and I still haven't gone around to doing that video yet. I was thinking about doing that video, and I don't know if it's been too long now, but I probably should actually go back and do that. So yeah, I don't know, stay tuned for that. We're about 80 something days away from the premiere of this show. It's gonna fly by. Right now we're just excited about Comic-Con, but as soon as Comic-Con's over, like going into August, we're all gonna be like, oh, the show's premiering next month, and all this promo here and there, new teasers, this and that, new artwork, new posters and all that. We're all going to be just so happy with all of that, right? So get ready. The Walking Dead's about to start to get big again. And yeah, post all your thoughts down below. Hope you guys all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.